Hello, this is Jordan. This video is being recorded on the late evening of Friday, December 29th, 2023, the end of trading for 2023. And with that, we have new weekly, but more importantly, new monthly, quarterly, and even yearly charts. So I just want to go through those for gold. We did have a good close around 2070. Would have been nice to see it move above 2100, but you can't complain. Better 2070 than 2000 or something than in the 1900s. All right, so here's the yearly chart. When we talked about this a month or two ago, this was really the key level, 1900. We could clearly see going back to 2020 that was resistance. 21, 22 tried to move or moved above, traded above 1900 throughout 22 especially. Couldn't close above it. This is a strong close above 1900, obviously, closing at 2072, rounding up. So solid work here on the yearly chart. I mean, this portends to, I would say, another strong year next year, especially if we can surpass 2100. Moving on, I mean, the quarterly to me, I'm more interested in this than the yearly. We can see the consolidation here. And I think I pointed this out. I mean, the nice thing you can see, you had this decline here. And this decline was less compared to this. I mean, you had the move up here, then a little correction for 2 quarters, boom, solid close. I mean, the resistance here was right around 2000, maybe a tad below it, and we could see. I mean, going back the last 3+ years, this traded above 2000, couldn't close above it. Tested 2000. This one nearly tested 2000. And then you go here in 22, traded above 2000, failed to close above it. Tested 2000, closed well below it. Then you go back. Solid quarter, closed right at 2000. Then the next quarter, traded above it, failed to break it. Next quarter after that, tested it and closed down. So finally, a nice strong bullish candle here, a nice strong quarterly close, 2070 or 2072, well above the 2000 level. So that's significant. Potentially putting gold in a new paradigm. Now, let's move in on shorter term time frames, because if the yearly's bullish and the quarterly's bullish, I mean, that portends to longer periods of time. That doesn't necessarily indicate that gold is going to be way higher next week or next month or even next quarter. So getting into the shorter term time frames, with respect to what we're talking about here, because monthly isn't really shorter term, but not the best candle for December. I mean, this is a doji, closed well below the high. It did close up a little bit this month, but I mean, nevertheless, in November, that was a monthly breakout, clearing again here. You have the resistance at 2000. You had a strong breakout in November. So again, not the strongest candle this month, but at least it closed well above that previous resistance. I mean, it does look similar to here. I think this was early in 23, where you had this strong candle and then you had this doji here, failed to close above it. But the difference this time around is this candle closed above resistance. And this one as well. Even though it's not a great candle, I mean, it's still in all-time high territory with respect, I mean, to the monthly close. So getting into the weekly. So yes, I mean, yearly, quarterly, especially, they look really good. Monthly is fine, even though not the strongest candle. But here we can see, I mean, this is the significance of 2100. Big selling there. You can see this candle right here. Big selling. Then you had the sharp snapback. Support basically held here around, went a little bit below it on a closing basis. 2000, 2025, that support held. Now gold has made its way back to 2100. Last couple days, failed to close above 2100. I mean, I did say in the weekly video that if we rally back there, expect some selling because it's very stiff resistance. So bigger picture, these charts look very good, just by themselves in a vacuum. Looking at gold against the stock market, I mean, that's a whole nother video. But the longer term, the yearly, quarterly, monthly, yeah, they're all great. We're all in new all-time high territory. But in a shorter term sense, you're not going to get that next leg higher until gold takes out 2100 on a daily and a weekly basis. And so that's what it's struggling with here and now. Maybe it consolidates here for a little while and then it blasts off. I don't think it's going to correct and go all the way back down here. I see that as unlikely. The realistic negative scenario would be, it takes a little while to break above 21. There's more selling that comes in. It gets forced down back here to 2000. But anyway, I don't want to overanalyze it. So all that being said, the conclusion is very good end of the year. The longer term, yearly and the quarterly, look very good. Monthly, last candle not that strong, but you're still in new all-time high territory, so you shouldn't be bearish. And it just, going into the year, it just comes down to 2100. We see gold take out 2100, we're going to get a lift of a couple $100 at least after that, regardless of what gold does against the stock market. So that's all for this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning into all my videos this year. Really appreciate it. And I want to wish you all a great, profitable, healthy 2024. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Talk to you guys again in the next video.